This is the introductory video to a new free pattern video series called the Curvaceous E-Z-V-T. It is called curvaceous because it has hip to waist shaping and because it has a curved hemline. This video will actually cover two versions, this one which is 27 inches long and this one which is 32 inches long. I actually love bulky cotton tops for summer, and so I have written a whole book of them. This is called the Bulky Cotton Top Collection. And in case you are interested in knitting more similar blouses, I will place a link to the book in the program notes. I have used variations on this basic design more than once because I like them really well. In the Bulky Cotton Top Collection, the split tee has a lot in common with it, as does the Be Cool cotton top. But there are some differences. The E-Z-V tunic that we'll be knitting has some waist shaping. The top will be 27 inches long as knitted. Because we're using worsted weight cotton yarn, it may hang a little bit longer than that due to the weight of the yarn. Everything that I have just said hinges on you getting the same gauge I did, which is 4 stitches, 5 rows per inch after washing and drying twice. I was actually able to get the matching gauge on 3 different machines. I used my LK100, and I think that was on stitch size 6, key plate 40 on a Knit Smart, and stitch size 7 on the SK150. That's an old Studio Bulky, a metal bed one. So this garment is longer than any of the ones in the book. And another major difference, it has a curved lower hem, a very stylish feature right now. We're going to create that by short rowing. Do not panic. I'm with you. It's simple. You'll get through it and you will love it. We'll knit 2 pieces just alike, one front and one back. Then we'll do the shoulder seams, so the front and back together there, and the side seams, and we will be done. The hem and the finishing for the neck and armholes are done as the work is being knitted. Neckline and armhole trim looks like this. Hem trim looks like this. This photo is taken before washing. It gets tighter and firmer. I'll show you another photo later. We will knit this with Premier Home Cotton. This comes inexpensively in quite big balls, and you will need 2 of them. It's mostly cotton with a little bit of polyester mixed into it, and it's very nice to knit with on the knitting machine. That being said, if you must substitute, it's quite a lot like other worsted weight yarns, and you should be okay. Knitted fabric made from cotton yarn lofts, meaning that it fluffs up and it draws in and shrinks a good bit after washing. I find it keeps changing for at least 2 washings. With that in mind, we usually knit it at a larger stitch size or with a larger key plate than we would for an acrylic yarn, so that the end fabric is a desirable thing that's comfortable and not too stiff. You may use any bulking knitting machine whatsoever. I knitted the back on my LK100 and the front on my Knit Smart knitting machine. As you probably know, that's almost identical to a bond. So I have information for you on both machines and film from both. Then the entire blue and white sweater was knitted on this Singer Model 150. I always call it a studio because I actually have 2 carriages and one is a studio. Film from the process on all 3 machines will be interspersed throughout the videos. I will be demonstrating a size that will get a 44-inch bust if you match the gauge. The hip area flares a good bit, so it is 49 inches. Of course, this is your sweater, so you may knit it to any degree of tightness and looseness that you like. But what I envisioned is 2 to 4 inches of ease in the bust and 4 to 5 inches of ease around the hips. That's the look that's popular right now, not too hip-hugging, and it is very flattering on a lot of female figures. So your project for the day is to knit a sizable swatch, trying to match 4 stitches, 5 rows per inch, after washing and drying at least once, but twice is even better in cotton yarn. Then we will get together in a day or two and actually begin to knit. If this is not your size, don't despair. A written pattern with many sizes will appear shortly in Country Knitting of Maine News and Views.